iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racing enthusiasts all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. The car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and racing teams. Our skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly racing series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 200,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Participate in solo races, championship seasons, and hosted in league events with AI racing. With a rapidly expanding catalog of 70-plus cars and 85-plus tracks from real-world racing series, test your abilities with challenging computer-based competition. Additional partners include IMSA, the World of Outlaws, and Supercars, allowing members to participate in their very own Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, Sebring 12-Hour, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Hello and welcome. This is that time of the week again, isn't it? We're back here in UKSR, and it's round 4 of the GT3 Season 13, no less. I'm Tim Cox. I'm going to be with you for the next, well, we're going to be here probably a good hour and a half, aren't we? Qualifying not too far away, kicking things up in about 15 minutes time before we go racing. 60 minutes. No less. As you see, here we are, Road America. Before we head into, well, the double header of rain. It's Monza in a week's time here at the channel. Le Mans in the wet, I mean, that's two dangerous circuits to take on in the wet weather. Before we head back to America, to Sebring, then Red Bull Ring, Bathurst, who all of you lot seem to think is better than Watkins Glen based on the chat last week. Before we head to Suzuka, in the last of our 3 wet weather races this season. Of course, it always rains at Suzuka, doesn't it? Before we head back to America again. And it's Road Atlanta to round out the season. Let's take a look at the standings, though, before we get things underway. And wow, across in Elite, Harada Suzuka still holds on to the lead despite a disastrous round last time out in the Audi for Absolute Motorsport Asliff. Dave Rankin up to second though. Rattani, those 15 penalty points have been issued to him so far already this season, starting to hurt him a little bit and open up a bit of a gap between himself and Rankin. Eric Roseffa, he's on his debut, straight into 4th. Simon Bamber there into 5th with Armstrong and Anders Meyer, new driver with us this week. Across now into Pro, Nicholas Agard, I mean 3rd overall last week. That guy is smashing it for Racing Lab Esports. There's no two ways about it. Casper Tunstead into 2nd, and that's where it's close for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and even really 5th, with Darren Sharples only 2 points behind him. And then it's Casper Brockner, only 4 points behind Sharples in 4th. Michael Cruz in 5th. He's 5 points behind Brockner, and that trio of all do's and cards all together there. Mark Collicott, he's in 6th. Tom Weston, Nathan Willoughby, still on -4. Into Pro-Am now, and it's a freeway tie. This is where the action has been all season long so far. Chad Barker, Nathan Anstis and Chris Edisford tie heading into round 4 on 76 points. Sidasani for Racing Lab Esports, though, he's only 4 points behind. And so's Rob Windsor, he's 4 points behind Sani in 5th. And then James Connolly is only 2 points behind Windsor, and Lawrence Marsh is 1 behind Connolly. I mean, look at that, 11-point spread covering our top 7 drivers. Daniel Pay for Oldies and Car Blue. Well, he's a little bit adrift now, but he's still winning the shout on 56. 54 for Halliday. Neil Smith on 52. Across into Matt Edmondson. Well, he's won every round of the season so far. Bostock in 2nd, still clinging on to it though. He's not too far off and far behind him. Andy Skinner in 3rd. He's only 4 points behind, with 4 points behind him. It seems to be all about the 4s this week, doesn't it? Cy Hartley, ironically, 4th place behind his fairly Tinky Simsport driver, although Skinner from Toa and Hartley from Tiki. Al Murray is in 5th with Owen Halliday in 6th, 6 points behind him, with John Davis getting cut adrift now in 7th. Although this fellow Wrong Stuff driver of Guy Clow only 2 points behind him in 8th. Dave Robson, 4 points by Clow in 9th, and Chris Stevenson yet to start to score. Across into the teams, well, UKSR Hoy have leapt like a salmon up through the rankings, and they now lead the team's championship, but by a meagre 4 points. Now, drop scores have been taken into account for the team's championships. Down the admin being ruthless as always there. But then there's a 20-point gap between the other UKSR team, the Cleland outfit, thanks to Murray, Connolly and Smith. Team Potato, well, they've dropped down to 4th. Olympus, they're falling down to, now find themselves only 1 point behind Potato in 5th. Then it's the old Do's and Cars duo. Again, only a point separating those two, but they're still well within that cusp of that 3rd place. I mean, even the blue outfit of Pay and Sharples only find themselves 6 points behind UKSR Cleland, who are in 3rd. Big Sim Racing are in 8th on 118 with the Null Pointers. The Holiday Duo on 112 with Tiki Simsport Tiki rounding out the top 10 for the team's championships. As we said, are not too far away from qualifying, about to begin. Looking at the clock, actually no, apologies. We're already into it. Right. Should we have a little ride on board around this absolutely iconic circuit? Oh, I hit the wrong button there, always helpful. On board with Casper Tunstead of Peak Sim Racing. Taking it to turn 1 there. Always a hotbed of action, that long run up there. We take the short straight, a bit of a kink there. It's actually through turn 2, it's fully classified. Turn 3, so crucial because it's all about winding up through the kink that is turn 4, under the bridge, and the run down to 5. The scene of many an incident, drama, excitement, overtakes on the final lap, but it's not your final chance to overtake. That's the great thing about Road America. before we throw out the anchor onto the brakes. Plenty of run-off wide here on the exit out of 5 before we head up the hill for, I think, the trickiest corner on the circuit. This left-hander crests the hill. The loose gets a little bit, light, especially in the braking. Flicking into 5, use all that curbing on exit, and then dipping down into one of the many 90-degree corners here. This left-hander, it really tightens up on exit before you head out through the carousel. It just seems to last forever. You have to be so patient with it. You can hear Tunstead just feathering the throttle. Couple of goes it, trying to keep the momentum up in this Porsche 911 GT3 before we unleash the beast. Flicking into the kink. And he doesn't lift, does he? He's the governor. He doesn't look when he pours his gravy. Before it's down to Canada corner, your last spot. Probably a major overtaking opportunity. Onto the brakes. Again, throwing out the anchors. You seem to do so many times around Road America before you use all of that exit curbing. And then another tricky corner. Flick it in. Left. Balance it. Dancing with the rear a bit before we're into the final corner here. Exit so crucial, not only for ending your lap in qualifying, but also starting off your next one. It's that long run up the hill. We're going to see duos and battles up the hill and this long run to the finish line to take the checkered flag. And who was going to get it? Well, let's have a little look at how they're getting on so far. And what is that good enough for Tunstead? Well, it's 8th overall for him. It's a long lap around here, so you're going to have limited opportunities in qualifying. It's Eric Rosef who's got top of the timing sheets for Racing Lab Esports powered by Ford. Although, ironically, that's an Audi. That's not a Ford. We'll let him off, though. 203.29. That is the time to beat. But, I mean, this is the tricky one for the drivers. Do you go for one flying lap and dip back in, shoot out again, get another lap out, another installation up, and go for another flying lap? Or do you elect to stay out there for the entirety of the time, fuel up, go for it? It seems to be the bit of a weapon and a choice that actually the second flying lap is actually the better one. You use, you have your out lap, you use the first flying lap as a bit of an installation lap, and then you really go for it on the second. That's what Rose FC seems to be doing right here, right now. Let's take a look at the sectors, and well, it's personal best in sector 1, personal best in sector 2, fastest of anyone in 3, slower in 4 though for the Scandinavian driver. This is looking good. It's looking like it's going to be a good improvement though. What's it going to be in sector 5? We're going to see an improvement? Well, no, goes slightly slower there, but we don't know how much quite. And well, he elects to come in. Anders Meyer though, you are on an absolute flyer, my friend. Where are you? There you are. It's Rosef's teammate, exact teammate, because he's also in the Racing Labs Esports powered by Ford factory. Well, this is surely going to be fastest of anyone. Surely he's crossed the line, and there you go. Oh, 7 thousandths of a second. Wow, that is a slender margin if there ever was one. It looks like we're not going to see an all-Audi lockout. The Audis have been oh so dominant this season. James Conley, it's just going to be his lap in the Ferrari. He's looking like he's going to be top of that lap time of the Pro-Am category. Pro Casper Brockman and Tom Weston just moving up to second in class 5th overall there from him. Scythe Hartley completes his lap. He goes up into 18th and top of the AM category. Edmondson, first lap time deleted. Same likewise for James Bostock, Owen Halliday, Ilya Ratani, who's had a really eventful season. It's been entertaining to watch, but maybe not necessarily to drive against for a few of the drivers. This is going to be for this first flying lap for him in the Lamborghini for Olympus Esports, and well, it hasn't updated, so that time's going to be deleted from him. There's Owen Halliday heading out the back of the circuit, the run down to Canada corner. It's been an interesting driver to just check in with in the AM category, see how he gets on when he looks to round out his lap. Sharple's not really improving there other than the final sector for him in this last lap. No improvement from him as we're into the real business end of qualifying now. 2 minutes left on the clock, and remember, it is a cold, hard, fast shut for this one. No overtime in qualifying. All or nothing. You gotta leave everything on the table, nothing off it. And for Halliday, well, it's not updated, so that says to me that's another time deleted for him. Edmondson's abandoned qualifying, so there's Rattani as well. So they're going to start from the back of the grid. Nicholas Gronstrom, he had put in a really good lap on the previous one, but no, apologies, he's on his first flying lap. No, that's going to be very, very close. He's on the run down to 5. Oh, you're leaving it late, my friend. Very, very late indeed. As who we've got out on track, he's setting decent laps. Jack Barker being one of them. Casper Tunstead just going faster there. There is the privateer in the Lamborghini. Personal best in all the sectors bar the prior one for him as he runs to the line. Of course, late in the evening here. Running at around 6 p.m. local time. So going to be setting, and there you go. Good enough for night for an improvement for him. And heads into the top of that Pro-Am category. Whew, I'm looking forward to Pro-Am. I don't know about you. Let me know in the chat who you're supporting this evening. Revo GG. Good luck, DCW Racing. Well, Mark Collicott attempted the lap, had it deleted. He's abandoned qualifying, whereas Tom Weston looking good. He's 5th overall right now, 2nd in class as well. So he's going to be chuffed to bits with that one. Simon Bamber maybe struggling qualifying for effect. He's down 6th overall, 4th in class. He's going to have his work cut out. He's going to have to get past Weston and Brockner off the start quickly. If he wants to do anything about that one. As we are done in qualifying. There you go. I told you about it. 10 minutes, as soon as we hit that, that is it. We are done. Nedmo, another quali screw up from me. Haha. Well, I'm not too sure who you are. That's in the YouTube chat. Of course, we are live on both Twitch and YouTube. Make sure you check out, like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Give it a go. We love it. It helps with the algorithms, doesn't it? Now, of course, I haven't been called out by it this week. We have got a little bit of a warm session for 5 minutes. Not been called out by this week. It's only taken me 4 rounds, but we've got there, no less. So it's prediction time. Who do we think is going to come in? Matt Edmondson, of course, has won AM for every round so far this season. All of the 3 opening rounds. Can he make it 4 from 4 tonight? Next one, is it going to be Pro-Am that brings the action again? It's been like that in every round so far. Certainly in round 2 at Interlagos and last week as well. Just couldn't keep your eyes off it. And we're going to see another dominant display from this guy, Haradashi Tortoise. I mean, there's a lot of beef at the front end of that elite category. More beef than your Sunday dinner. Anders Myers, he's no mug. I know that guy from time. He's... Oh, nearly swore that. He's flipping quick. And Eric Rousseff as well, of course, winning on his debut as well. And their teammates. This is going to have a bit of a challenging time, to say the least. Nicholas Gronstrom, right well in qualifying in the Audi. I've been one to watch Pink Sim Racing. I'm intrigued about him. He's caught my eye. How will he get on tonight? And then, of course, we've got plenty of drivers we could really pick out. I mean, where do we go? Where do we look on those? Of course, can Chris Edison make it 2 second places in a row? So 3 second places in a row. Or is he going to go one better in Pro-Am? Eggard, 3rd overall last week, as we mentioned in the championship standings roundup even. And winner in class. Won the opening round at Algarve. Can he continue on that dominance that he's had in his class? Oh, that's a lovely picture. A face that only a mother could love, some might say. Oh, is he going to keep it at the wall? No, he's not. There you go. That's what you get for having your school photo as your picture, Simon Bamber. Someone needs to clip that, please. Please, get that clipped. Beautiful. That's why I left it on him, just, you know, in the wall. And it was misery. As mentioned, Anders Meyer, one to watch out for. A solid set of hands, this guy. Quick. No nonsense, but incredibly fair. That is how I would describe Anders Meyer. If you had to give me 3 bullet points to describe the Racing Labs esports powered by Ford in a Ferrari driver. And good news for both the powered by Ford Racing Lab esports drivers. The Ford is now available to drive in the league. That's a challenge and a half. There's always someone who's... normally there's always someone who gambles and goes to the Ford. It's just a meme card, isn't it? And it's a great way to get yourself on screen. Likewise, if you're the only driver driving a manufacturer in the championship, like Steiner Sani in the BMW. I mean, it just goes to show this BMW has been such a mainstay, hasn't it, of GT3. It's easy to drive, it's reliable. It's what can I say? It's great across the curbs. Is it the fastest in the straight line? No, but it's just a great all-rounder. It's easy to drive. I don't know if you've ever driven the BMW M8 on the iRacing service. As I say, it's really easy to drive, and he just gets onto the grass. You know. Thanks for proving my point there, Signer. But the BMW M8 GT, exactly the same makeup, as it were, in the sense of, you know, it's just so easy to drive. Oh, I miss GTE. Oh, they're technically not gone in the sim racing world, but gone in real life. Great sounding cars, and well, I understand why it went. These things happen. Let's check a flag out in the warm-up. Let me know your predictions in the chat. Get them in there. Come on, who is going to do what? Who is going to move up through the field? Who is going to progress? Who's going to run out winner in their classes tonight? Let me know. Let me know. Anders Meyer, debut on pole with his teammate Eric Rosev, locking out row 1. Row 2, that is Harold Utortus and Casper Brockner. Of course, Brockner, top qualifier in the pro category. Let's think about that one there for a second. I've got a long pace lap. That's always good. It makes my life a lot easier, that one. So I can waffle on. Flash the lights there. Thank you very much from... Who would that have been? Who would that have been? Rose, about 3 rows back. So I'm going to guess that's Tom Weston there giving us a little flash of the lights on camera. Thank you for that. Talking of which, row 3 is Weston and Bamber. Bamber's got his work cut out, so he's going to need to pass Weston and Brockner because he's going to be desperate to stay with Meyer, Rosev and Utortus. Otherwise, they will head off into the distance. We've seen it from Utortus so far this season. Bamber, well, I mean, can he do it? Let me know. Darren Sharples and Marvin Cruz, the first all-pro row. And also an all old dudes in cars row. That's on row 4. Jack Barker, top of the Pro-Am qualifiers. Great result from him in qualifying next to Nicolai Agard, who's going to be disappointed by that one. And starting from 10th and well down in class 2, 5th in class. But rounding out your top 10, row 6 of the grid, James Conley and Daniel Pay make up row 6. Where's row 7? That's Casper Tunstead and Nathan Anstis. Of course, one for Team Potato last time out. Sadasani and Rob Winter, the old Pro-Am row 8. Well, row 9, Chris Edisford. Can he make it 3 second places from 3 this evening next to top AM qualifier James Bostock? Cy Hartley makes the second AM inside the top 20. He's joined by Neil Smith on row 10. Dave Robson and John Davis, the all-AM row 11. Well, row 12 sees Paul Halliday. And the first of the drivers yet who didn't set a time in qualifying. Razzani from Elite. Well, he's going to have a very long afternoon. So the next closest one driver to him is Bamber, who's in 6th. Moving through the field. Last 2 rows. Mark Collicott and Nicholas Gronstrom in the 999 Audi. On Matt Edmondson and Owen Halliday bring up the field. Edmondson, well, that's going to be challenging for him. You never say never, though, can you? If he wants to make it 4 wins from 4. At the back of the circuit now, as we get ready to go racing here from Road America. I tell you what, let's drop it in again. Those of you interested, if you want to stay up to date with all the live timing, I'm going to drop a link to that in the chat for you. You can open that on your web browser, have that next to you on one of your other monitors. So you can see everyone's pit stops, fastest laps, where they are on track, what position they're in, both overall and in class, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. Far away now. This is a long pace lap. That's what I'm saying. No need to rush. That's one of the things about Road America. So we're just heading up to the King portion island safety car. Of course, once that pulls in, Anders Meyer will control the pace. 60 minutes of racing. Drivers will have to stop, as always. We're heading into twilight here, and that could be challenging for drivers and also commentators alike, actually, for trying to pick out cars. Especially if they've got very similar liveries. Even more difficult in the dark, that is for certain. I'll give you that one for free. Let us know who you're supporting in the chat. As always, love to hear from your messages. Trying to get as many of those as possible throughout the race in its entirety. Drivers making their way through, just down towards Canada corner now. Some lovely cinematic shots in of the field. 27 car field. Mark Collicott did not make the grid, so we'll keep an eye out for whether he takes the start. But Russian Island safety car, there it goes, heads in. Anders Myers controls the pace. I know you're ready, folks. Let's get ready to go racing. Here from Road America, round 4, season 13, UKSR GT3 Championship, as we are green and we are away for an hour's racing here at this iconic circuit. It's remaining car. Owen Halliday, he's up 3 or 4 places already in the back of the field as they all make their way through here. You see, there's Paul Halliday, not as good progress from him. It's remaining calm at the front right now. Just get some of these lovely wider shots in. A few of them kicking up a bit of dirt, heading down the, well, technically the back straight, one of the many long straights here from Road America through 4, down towards 5 for the first time this evening. We're going to see anyone be brave on the brakes, making some lunges, throwing some moves. See in the background there, that's one of the added first, Nikolai Agard, and having to run wide, actually out-braking himself there. And nearly least place, that's Chad Barker, as I think that is Darren Sharple's no Cruz. In fact, kicking up a bit of dust there, running a bit wide out of 5. It's getting a bit close in the midfield, a bit niggly. Sandy just pushed out wide in that BMW for Racing Lab Esports. We've all made it through. Someone in the foreground there, it's there, and it is Simon Bamber in the Lamborghini for effect. He's off on the grass, and he loses even more places. That's a really odd place. And the Lamborghini, although it can be a little bit spicy, it's one of the more stable platforms. It's certainly not like the Audi, so really not sure how he's lost that one there. And his afternoon now became even more harder, because it's not just 2 of the pro drivers in front of him, but it's in fact 4. Brockner, Cruz, Sharples and Weston all lining up in front of him as they head through the King, down towards Canada corner, onto the brakes. Does he make a move? No, he's got one of the Audis in fact, and Barker and Agard having a bit of a battle there. It's Pro-Am getting involved here with an elite driver and also with the pro category too. It's what we love to see, isn't it? And the privateer looking feisty with himself, and he's got one, well, he's brought on the entirety of the field behind them. Well, that gap really opened up. Let's take a little look at exactly how Bamber managed to lose this one there. Caught the grass on the outside. Ooh, did he hold it? He did, but he had to scrum off so much speed in doing so. Oh, that could have been a dangerous rejoin there, Simon Bamber, but he got away with that one. The effect driver. I feel like he's just struggling a little bit for pace at this stage of the race right now. To get back into a line. Is that Audi? I'll tell you what, Nikolai Agard. It's right on board with him right now. There's Tom Weston in front of us. DCW moves to driver's left. We're going to make a move up the inside as well. Weston shuts the door firmly in the Scandie's face. He's not having any of it right now. He says, no, that 8th place is mine. I've dropped places off the start. I don't want to be stuck in a fight with you. You're not coming past, my friend. And the Brit remains a 4th in class. But Marvin Cruz, great starting class for him. He's currently up 3 places overall and 2 in class, the 2nd in the pro category. Get up the leaders in class at the top of your screen. So you see James Bostock still leading that one. Matt Edmondson, he's at 5 overall. Mark Collicott looking like to me like has he got going? Yes, he has. So he has made the start, which is encouraging. Of course, those team points are so crucial as Robson's had a bit of an incident as well. Let's take a little look exactly what's happened to him. Held it well though, held it well, but there's been another incident further down through the field. Owen Halliday involved, but he came off track. Says he's had a collision. Does he run in the back of Rizzani? Oh, he does! He tags him and around he go. They both go, in fact. Oh, wow. How was that avoided by Collicott? I tell you what, let's ride on board with him through this incident. We're going to come round the corner, slow it down now. You can see there Halliday just reversing in front of him, throwing out the anchors. Did we make contact with him? I think we might have just avoided him. Maybe a bit of a netcode. Wow. How, Brown Boy Chris saying in the chat, how many laps is this race? Well, as many as it takes. It's an hour in length. Now, at 2 minutes and 4 seconds per lap, roughly, not 2 minutes 5, let's say, because there's a decent space the leaders are currently setting. I need someone to do the maths for me. I mean, 30 laps, 28 probably, maybe 27 including the pit stop. Around about that, yeah, 27 to 30, let's say. Yes, an hour. Whenever the clock runs out, basically, that's when we're ending. They get to complete the lap, leaders, and of course that is determined by when the leader starts the lap. Of course, you use that link. Ooh, Rosef there, just pushing a bit hard and getting offline on the external camera corner. And Edisford, there's been a bit of an incident somewhere between those guys, because I'm seeing Edisford, yeah, there he is. Anstis, right, and Bostock, who was leading Am as well. Right, they've all had a bit of a coming together. We'll see if we can get some footage for you, viewers. And see exactly how this has all unfolded for them. Let's see if that should, hopefully. Let's have a look and see if we can bring this back in and see, where is it? Anstis, where are you, my friend? Well, you've come off track, there you are. So, this is what's... Oh, okay, right, so it's happened prior to that. Let's back that up again a bit. Oh, okay, right. We need to go further back, I feel. Let's have a look. Is Casper Tunstead one of those drivers involved in that one? Well, they were banging doors already. Right, so that's another incident. And that is Edisford. And then Edisford's come back on the track. Right. So Edisford is then, after a collision with Tunstead, got back on, and right then the concertina effect has claimed many a victim. Body parts strewn around there as the field was coming. And that's how we've lost so many of those drivers. Top three breaking away right now. Casper Brockner, top of pro, is trying to remain hard in this chase. Myers taking the fastest lap of the race last time around. Let's take a look at the other categories so see how they've all panned out. In fact, Connolly, is he going to get this move right around the outside here at Canada Corner? Can he get it done? Can he make it stick? Or they still remain side by side. You don't tend to do that through there. That gets a little bit scary, but they somehow remain true. But Conley with that outside line as they bang wheels, they make further contact, and Conley squeezing Barker down low as we head across the start-finish line. It is neck and neck. Ferrari versus Lamborghini, dragging it out down the front straightaway here at Road America. But it's going to be Barker with that inside line. Can he hold it? Are they going to remain side by side yet again? Yes, they do. As Connolly swoops through to keep Barker pinned down low and pinned into that second place. Connolly trying to keep that momentum up, but he yields and he allows Barker through. But he's going to have the better run out of turn 3. The better run down the back straightaway as we head through 4 under the bridge, down towards 5. But here comes the Porsche Pay. What's he going to do? They're practically bump drafting Barker, trying to cover off that inside line, leaving nowhere to go. But here comes Pay. He tries to make a line available. And Barker, the big loser, he's around. He's left pointing in the wrong direction, and from the lead of Pro-Am, he goes down to 6th in category, 7th in fact, and 17th overall. And it's Pay who's the big benefactor, coming from 3rd to 1st in class. Rob Windsor, in fact, a fellow Team Potato driver, he's managed to squeeze his way through up into 2nd. Well, what a move that was. Great racing between Conley and Barker. It's what we come to see, isn't it? Absolutely epic wheel-to-wheel racing between the pair of them. Side by side from the kink onwards. Half a lap. And here comes Conley. He says, well, I've done it once before on this outside. Let's do it again. As this time it's Windsor who he pins down low. But Windsor as well, he's aware of this one. Sarnisani trying to just get his nose in where Conley definitely doesn't want that one involved. And yet again, it is Pro-Am. Brown Boy Chris saying, I only watch F1. It's my first time watching this type of racing. Welcome along, my friend. Everyone's always welcome. GT racing, I tell you what, there's no DRS here. It's just pure wheel-to-wheel, great racing, my friend. No aids to get you past the car. It's all about driver and machine. It's about different configurations of car. V6, flat 6, V8, V10s. Engines in the front, in the middle, in the rear. They're all rear-wheel drive. That's the only commonality that they have between a lot of them. And last time we had a front-wheel drive sports car, true sports car, would have been the Toyota prototype, going back quite a while now. So Nissan, apologies, and well, needless to say, it didn't work out too well. It's a real reason why all racing cars tend to be either rear-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. Windsor still remains 2nd in that battle, in that Pro-Am category, but again it's this class that's providing the action. Nicholas Gronstrom just moving down. He's got an A-guard in front of him who's, well, bar a complete and utter miracle. There's no chance he's going to get that Audi up into, well, the podium positions overall, or let alone winning his class. Casper Brockner is some 24 seconds up the road from him. That is a mammoth of a margin to try and recover. I mean, time's on his side, but even so, he's got so many to pass. It's a bit side-by-side action is there. Well, talking of Agard, up the inside of Robson for a change of position overall. As Agard, oh no, I was about to say up in the 15th overall. The curse of the commentator kicking alive and well as Robson just able to recoup that place. But the fight back is instant from that Audi of Agard of Racing Lab Esports. What sort of drive has he got coming off the final corner? Can he get the move done down the front straight away here on Road America? Right on board with the Scandinavian driver. Backs out of it into turn 1. The prime opportunity is going to come down into turn 5. You need to bide your time. If you want to be successful around here, Road America, you've got to be thinking corners ahead. Even more so around here. Although tripping up over the second place driver. Here's Robson in that Ferrari, and that Ferrari we know has got good straight line speed. It's always been its strong characteristic. We're going to see a lunge, slightly covered by Robson. He pulls to the right. Agard thinks about it, backs out of it though. And here we go, the drive off the exit, the beautiful move there. And that's going to carry him under the bridge, and surely he's going to get the move done finally up into 50. Doesn't get everyone on corner exit. That cements the position, and now it is 2.2 seconds. You can see him in foreground and shot up to the Porsche. John Davis for the wrong stuff. He's leading the category. Of course, let's remember pro category for Nicola Agard. So although their racing position overall makes no difference in terms of class, but does have an effect on the points. Always worth mentioning that one. Martin Crew. Well, we've had a few instances. Let's catch on. So Bostock's come. Oh, that's a long, lazy spin for the Pertec GP2 driver. It says he's jumped to the pits. Oh, yes, he did. Doesn't be any damage on that car. A bit of a war of attrition here. Also, just catching up some other things. Marvin Cruz has had a bit of an incident. Oh, what a big wobble through the kink, that is. Slapping the wall. The old Deucing Cars black driver. There goes Bamber, and I think it was Weston heading on by. There is Weston, in fact. It would have been Sharples. A big moment, and Cruz is into the pitch, and it's hardly surprising. High-speed part of the track, and slapping the wall like that. Not have done him any good whatsoever. Certainly not the rear left of that car. Affect the suspension dearly. Just going to bring back into Pro-Am, 8th overall right now, Daniel Pay, leader of the category. Rob Windsor tucked it behind him, 2 tenths behind him, and then Cleland, Conley even, of UKSR Cleland. It's like 3rd overall. These are the last 3 places inside the top 10. Steiner Sani sits outside the top 10 and outside the top 3 in this category. It's trying to play the mind games and works as Page just drives wide off of turn 6. Windsor employing the mind games for Team Potato right now. Really think about it, but needs to be careful because Conley, well, he's playing his own mind games too. That's a Ferrari on Ferrari battle there. Windsor currently 7th place overall. Not as good as your highest climber. That is Nicholas Gronstrom. He's 16th overall at the moment. And, oh, talking of which, he's had a bit of an incident. I've just seen for our event log. Let's take a little look. And, oh, he's just, well, elbowed out. And then Jack Barker tags on the way round, too. It goes from bad to worse for Barker. The privateer. It has not been his day at the races. It's Conley running a little bit wide there and just losing a bit of time. Wow, we've done about 17 minutes, bar a bit of change. Lap 9 currently of this race. Anders Meyer leads overall. Roseth 7 tenths behind him, so that's still close for the lead. And then both being Racing Lab Esports powered by Ford drivers. A bit of team tactics undoubtedly there. Heritage Torsten slides bad overall. Casper Brockman, leading pro. Sharples 5th, and then it's Weston making it the top 3 there. He's 7th overall right now. You see Pro-Am on the screen right now. It's Daniel Pay, Rob Windsor, James Conley. They've got Sinisani not far behind them. He's 4th in class, 11th overall in the BMW. As for AM, it's John Davis, Dave Robson and Cy Hartley making the top 3. They're 14th, 15th and 16th respectively. In fact, is that closing up a little bit? Just a tad. Robson's starting to reel in Davis. Davis has just been passed by Nicola Agard, who himself is on an absolute mammoth recovery drive here. Although I think he's lost actually another couple of seconds to Casper Brockner, who leads that pro category. Yeah, if you're interested in joining this league, or one of many other leagues by UKSR, you can find out more information by heading across the website uksimracing.co.uk. Also, they find out Melly affiliate links, of which you can utilise. All the funds from those gets put back into the running of the Discord. The great works that the admins do behind the scenes to keep it all alive and as smoothly as possible. Also follow us on Twitter. Also X. As it should be now. It's called now. We all call it Twitter though. Nobody sent an X. They send a tweet at UKSimRacing_. Over on X or Twitter. Of course, podcasts on Twitch and YouTube. Make sure you give us a like and a follow on both those platforms. Let us know who you're supporting as well. Always love to know. Love to have you along for a ride in the chat on both platforms. I can see a nice little healthy amount of you following along too. Neil Smith, you can just see him in the background there in the Lamborghini. He's 5th in class, but well down on this group. And we're about to see the change for the lead here at the front end. Windsor moves to driver's right of Pay, down in a 5. He'll get the drive off the corner, being on the outside line. But you can see Conley. He sat in the middle of them as they bang wheels. They touch doors as they come together. But Windsor, he's going to have the outside line. There's big contact, and he's gone. He's off, and he's out of this fight. Smith's headed on by, and he's got to sit there as a guy goes past. Oh, they all tumble past him. And Rob Windsor, oh, and he spun it round again, and there's been further issues. Oh dear. Rob Windsor. And he's still trying to get the car turned back around again. Evasive action having taken there from Jack Barker and Gromstrom. This is the incident's all raining in my system. Let's take a little look back. Ah, this is where he made contact. Let's see if we can get the chopper angle. There we go. Head to the... Oh, he just lit up the rears and it flicked him around. And the Tiki car there, I think that would have been Cy Hartley, I think. Ooh. Yeah, we'll get another look from Cy Hartley's perspective. This is 1 2 cars that went flying. Had to split him. There we go. Ooh, wow. Squeaky bum time there for Cy Hartley and the Tiki Sim Sport Ferrari. Windsor have rejoined. Bamba, the elite driver, now being swarmed, harassed and harangued by Weston in that DCW Racing Porsche. And Bamba just desperately wants to get past Sharples. He doesn't want to be part of this fight. And it's a tricky conundrum, because he wants to get off on the road. He wants to chase down Bruckner. He wants to get after Yatortas, Rosette and Maya. But he just can't escape the clutches of these guys. But Weston wants to get past Bamba because he wants a chance at Sharples. Of course, those points in the championship are taken from your overall finishing position. calm down? 22 minutes. I'm not sure. Whenever it seems to calm down, it kicks off again once more. And was there contact there for the effect Lamborghini to try to make the move on Sharple standing in the corner? Are there any scrapes? It's a bit hard to tell from that livery in the camera angle just on that inside of the corner. See if we can pick it up from the starter here as they crest the hill. I'm not sure we're going to get the best of views. Maybe here. No, I can't see any damage to the front end of that effect Lamborghini, so I think he's got away with that one. Way through turn 3. Down it's in the back stretch. I mean, we've technically got 3 main straightaways here. To emerge around the corner. Who emerges first? Well, they emerge as they were. The stalemate between Sharples, Bamber and Western. Difference, no movement between the 3 of these drivers right now. We're going to head across though. I can see it getting close between these guys. Conley trying to get his way past Pay. It's his first chance to really have a go. The Portuguese driver. Pay has been under attack for lap after lap by Rob Windsor, who's into the pits now. In fact, he's just headed out. As here he comes round the carousel. Tries to get around the outside, looking for the up and under. Here goes Connolly. Can he outdrag that Porsche? Doesn't get a chance. Backs out of it into the kink. Here we go. As we head on board with that Ferrari, and Pay comes it off. Elbows out. Defending the staunchly. And around goes Pay. And that's the rear of the car gone. And with that goes the lead of Pro-Am, and it's like nobody wants to hold on to it. We've lost Barker from there, and now we've lost Pay, not to mention losing Windsor as well from this fight. James Conley, the curse is now handed over to you, my friend. And Steiner Sani, who's kept his nose clean, kept quiet as the Racing Lab esports driver. Well, managed to keep himself in the clear of this one. Neil Smith came on track as part of all that. On board with him. Gets a bit of the X off the corner that he would have wanted for the UKSR Cleland Lamborghini. Into the pits, we've got Edmondson. Grunstrom just arrives in there. Paul Halliday pulling up to his box for some motion lotion. They're getting the wheels going on that car. Get themselves home. The highest driver that has stopped so far, not drug-wise, for anyone starts. Marvin Cruz, old losing cars, Porsche in the pro category. He stopped on lap 7. Should be good enough to get himself home. Seems like a low lap number, but the long lap around here at Road America. We haven't done it yet. Should we have a little check in with the weather? See that? That's Bamber finally getting past Sharples there. It's only taken him 12 laps, nearly 13 in fact, to get it done. At 22 degrees Celsius track temperature, that's the key one there, nice and low. So you expect to be this time of year. So this time of day as well. So although for Bamber that's a change in position overall, still remains 4th in class. Now what can he do to get away from Sharples? Brockner 15 seconds up the road. That is the damage that has been done. To the tune of nearest down at a second a lap. They've pulled away from this group, and in fact, is that Weston? Did I spy in the background Tom Weston? Getting past Sharples. I think I might have done. Oh, and around he goes. Exit stage right for Sharples. There he is. Oh, that's put him right into the battle for this Pro-Am lead as well. Somewhere he definitely want to be. And now he's going to feel exactly how Bamba has felt in his first 28 minutes of round 4 of the UKSR GT3 Championship. As he has to sit behind the BMW Asani. The leader of this train, James Conley, and that UKSR Clan Valari, who leads the Pro-Am category. And it's always the Pro-Ams, isn't it? Always the Pro-Ams, season after season. Tom's looking good. That stuff there was contact for Aero Alley on YouTube chat. There was no contact, just a mistake. A mistake from Sharples is what the difference was. And the old dudes in Cars Blue driver went around too excitable on the throttle, just trying to get the power down. And it didn't work out for him. Now he has to sit behind this Pro-Am battle for the lead. Incidentally, talking of battles, well, it hasn't really been a battle up front. Again, haven't seen too much in the front end, the leader of the field. This week is Sanders Meyer. Last week it was there at Rosette. Weeks before, the prior 2 rounds before that was Harold Gitortas. Done this head off into the distance, but well, with a bit of team orders kicking in play here. The Racing Lab Esports powered by Ford drivers. As Rotani into the pits. They've, well, remained pretty safe. Now, they are coming up on a little bit of traffic. That's Owen Halliday of the 0 Pointers. Just catching the foreground as shot. Every so often. Let's get a different look at it here. From here. Hey, on board with the Ferrari of Meyer. You hear the lifting codes being employed there. Fuel saving as well as leading this race. And these two really setting the pace as well. 2.5 tenths quicker than anyone else. Last time around. It's a quarter of a second. Driving the closest to him, that was Gitortas, he's in third. And see Meyer just using a bit of that slipstream off of Halliday. Again, it's all about those fine margins between the top guys. There's hardly anything in it, and again, that's why you have to do these things. Some of us wouldn't even just bother with. It's not worth the effort. You're not going to gain that much for it, but that's what can make the difference. I see in the foreground shot, that's not one of the Hallidays, that's Paul Halliday, also the 0 Pointers. So this car we're going to come across for our leaders. As Jack Barker has managed to get past Cy Hartley. Let's see if we can have a look exactly how that one. Ooh, looks like a bit of a mistake there for Cy Hartley. Yes, he'd come off track. Tiki Sim Sport driver. Oh, that's why he lost the rear. Oh, and clipped the curving on the inside there. The Ferrari, seemingly robust, and he's got away with that one. Now, due to issues from these two, Sharples and Agard, we've got a race on our hands here. And 2 on screen at the same time. Your top two in Pro-Am lead, and then it's the battle for third in Pro. Sharples has Agard only half a second behind him. And Pay's just got past Robson. We'll take a quick look at that one as well. Standard up the inside. About as missionary as you could get with that one. Well, they're actually still pretty close to one another. Despite being from different categories, these two. Still not giving up on one another as they remain side by side. I tell you what, this is looking a bit more interesting. It's battles ahead that are slightly stagnant at the moment as we head into the second half of the race here. As I say that, Agard's just made his way past for P9. Let's take a look how he managed it. Oh, and it's a mistake yet again from Sharples. That's cost him. And it's all change between those guys again. So, Agard, I mean, I said he'd had his work cut out, but I don't think he would have even have dreamt, potentially. It's all John Davis comes in for the wrong stuff to the pits. That is from the lead of the AM category, Daniel Pay and Dave Robson. Following in, Collicott as well. Anyone else going to pull in as well? I think Jack Barker remaining out on track. Yes, he stays out. Privateer takes on the Team Potato driver there of Nathan Anstis, who's had a real race to forget. He's down 4 places in category and 11 overall. It's retirement so far. Jace Bostock, we lost on lap 4. Chris Edisford on lap 3. Bostock's going to be gutted about that one. He was running very, very strongly in that category as well, in terms of the championship. So, definitely grew a missed opportunity here. Of course, drivers do have a drop week, so will be utilised undoubtedly. But season progresses. You want to try and keep those in your back pocket. As Rosef heads to the pits from second place. Wait for him to crest the hill. Ever so slowly. There he comes. Brockner in as well from the lead of Pro. Now that is surprising for Rosef. He'd been obviously slipstream behind his teammate for the entirety of the race so far. A little bit surprised to see him come in so early. Maybe looking to the undercut. Also, talking about rate category leaders, there goes James Conley. Tom Weston will take control of Pro proceedings. It's only temporarily until he makes his pit stop. Agard's going to temporarily bump into second place and Sharples into third. As Rosef heads out, so he's the one to watch. The highest driver of everyone who has stopped so far. Jack Barker heading down pit road now. Casper Brockner just heading out of his pit box for old dudes in cars. You see Conley just in the background there, up on the jacks, getting some new tyres. And Neil Smith in too. So Rosef the one to watch. So Sinasani promoted to the lead of that Pro-Am category. He's showing these up 10 positions overall. However, that is going to change due to pit stops because he is yet to stop. The lowest driver who is yet to stop so far, that is Cy Hartley of Tiki Sim Sports, who's showing up as your leader in the AM category at the moment. But again, that's temporarily, and also sneaking himself inside the top 10 as well for a little bit. As leader in, Anders Myers heads to pit road. Haroldus Utortas joining him as well. Now, Where is Sani? I hear you ask. Well, there he is. No, sorry. Wrong driver. Eric Roseth even. I got the Racing Lab esports part right, alright? Don't come after me too much. Oh, you can see him really pushing hard, drifting in on the exit of Canada Corner. Four-wheel drift. Don't tend to see those too often. That's how hard he is pushing. Where's Meyer? He's still in his pit box. On the jacks. Taking in some fuel. You taught us in there too as well. Get some corner angles. So where is Rosef? There he is, and that surely, is that going to carry him into the lead of this race? Here comes his teammate, but I don't think it's going to be enough because Rosef is through, using the momentum, using the speed, and that carries him through, and the undercut works. As the battle of the Racing Lab Esports powered by 4 drivers. Well, surely, does that cement now the win for Rosef? He had the outlap of his life. Slightly shorter stop. Well, actually, quite a bit of a shorter stop as well. 1.5 seconds. But Meyer has emerged only 0.6 behind Rosef. So maybe it wasn't quite the outlap that I thought it was initially. Just negated maybe a little bit as by the in-lap that Meyer produced himself. Sani hands out. So, sit rep as everybody has stopped so far. Marvin Cruz, you are a little bit of a worry to me. Stop back on lap 7, very early. Maybe a bit of fuel saving to do to get him all the way to the end. I saw Rattani's had a bit of an incident. Let's have a look what's happened to the Olympus driver. And that's through the kink. And that's the rear going on him. And around he's gone. Oh, didn't manage the 360. Well, damage front and rear for him. Struggled in qualifying, couldn't set a time, his time's deleted. He's had to start from the back of the grid. Started in 24th to be precise, he's just headed in, so I think that might be to call it a day, potentially, for him. Bamba's come out in front of Cruz, which is where he would want to be. Cruz, of course, had that great start. Making up 3 places initially in category and overall. No, sorry, 2 overall in category, 3 overall. Fastest lap of the race has been set by Eric Rosef. Let's take you through the standings here as we head inside the last 20 minutes of the race, 2/3. Race distance complete. Eric Roseth leads by a meager 0.8 of a second over Anders Meyer in second. See just behind him there as really starting to settle down here around America. Carlos Saltas, he lies 3rd overall and in category. Whereas on for a good result, it's all Bamba. Oh no, it's all gone wrong for Bamba again. Almost like Bambi on ice there, skating around. Let's take a look at what happened to the effect driver. And again, it's a Lamborghini losing its rear end. This time it's not at the kink. Getting away from Bamba there. Yes, Casper Brockner leads that pro category. He's 4th overall. That's where he started. So a solid result. And 17 seconds in front of 2nd place, Marvin Cruz, his teammate. See Tom Weston, though, just behind him, 3rd in class. Tom, having started 5th, has dropped down to 6th and a place in category as well. Let's head across to Pro-Am. Well, it's been eventful to say the least here. Yet again. And now it's Steiner Sani, who sat in 4th for so long, now leads Pro-Am in the BMW. A lone BMW in the field. James Conley is 2nd in class. There he is in that Ferrari for UKSR Cleland. And splits the 2 pro drivers of Sharples and Egard. They're in 4th and 5th in class at the moment. sharp was that Red 4 racer. Could have been on for a strong second here, but sort of fell apart for him. Third, that's one Neil Smith. He's kept himself quiet all evening, but he's climbed 8 positions overall and 5 in class. Sometimes it's not the exotic, the flamboyant drives that gets you the result and gets yourself noticed. Sometimes it's good to just keep yourself quiet. Just chip away, bit by bit. That's what Neil's done. He's got about a 2.8 second gap. That's Daniel Pay, who, that's another driver who's had a turbulent race, shall we say. Just behind Neil, he's your leader in AM, John Davis. Well, trying to be our first different winner in the AM category. AM has pretty much been Matt Edmondson class, and well, in second it's Dave Robson. He is 4.8, 4.9 in fact now, seconds behind Davis for Tiki Sim Sports. And then, well, third in category and 18th overall is Edmondson. Struggled again in qualifying. Well, he has done the opening rounds, but he's managed to negate that one, but not this evening. That is your round up with your podium positions in class. Guess he's just setting them the fastest lap of the race though. It's not Brissett, it's Maya. So I took a sizable chunk out of Rosef, but still half a second down, so he has lost a bit of that. So across the line and update the times, well, it's at 400ths of a second different. In fact, Resources just setting exactly the time. Oh, put your teeth in, Timothy. Exactly the it's also setting exactly the same time as Rosef. There we go. About 4th time. We got there in the end. But it's to no avail because he's 4.8 seconds back. You can just see him coming through turn 3 in the background there. Headlights on in that Audi. If Rosef can hold on to this one, he'll continue on a winning streak for the Audi R8 GT3 Evo. The hands of Rosef and Tortoise has run every single round so far. They got into the pits late on. Well, looked like he can maybe secure a 4th. Not looking like that now. Casper Tunstead, where are you? There you are. Coming out of the final corner. And Mark Collicott just behind. So Agard's going to drop down to 8th and last in, so 7th and last in class. As the Racing Lab esports drivers, they just continues to inflict misery onto him, and let's not forget, oh, that's looking like a possible retirement as well. So sure on that one, with it being all silent in the car. I think that could be game over for him, but it's not game over between these two. Let's go for Agard as well. Let's not forget, finished 3rd overall. Brown Point, Chris, thank you very much. Just followed you guys on Insta. I must follow this series. Well, I'm here every Sunday night. Live from about 7:45 UK time. Always welcome along. Love to have you on board. Love to have you on board. Rosef, 1/4 of a second. That gap down to now. In fact, we need to have a little look at these guys further down as well. Marvin Cruz trying to hold on to 2nd place in class, 5th overall over Tom Weston. Who is just behind him. And Weston, well, it's that classic battle, isn't it? It's Germany versus the UK. But it's Porsche on Porsche. Stuttgart's finest doing battle over 2nd in pro category right now. But up front, oh, this is getting very close. It's getting very tasty indeed. Meyer, knowing he's down to the business end in this race, and with the pace behind him that he's been displaying, try and displace his teammate Rosef. He's trying to make it 2 wins on the bounce here. 4 on the bounce for Audi as well. And we're going to see the Audi dominance being broken here in the championship for the first time this season. Or will it be Rosef who holds on to this one? Through the kink they go. What's Maya going to do here? Taking a bit more of the curb there. Does Maya in the Ferrari versus Rosef just in front of us in that Audi. And he's a little bit more pointy though, so you get away with that one. We're going to make a move. We're going to see the lunge into one. Here we go. Hold tight. He pulls out to driver's right. Is he close enough? Yes, he is. And with that, Anders Meyer, is he going to secure the lead? No, he's not, because it's Rosef who fights back. And Meyer has to tuck back in again as he looks to get the run out of 3. The run down of 4's 5. Here we go. He's in there, slipstream. He's tucked up like he's ready to go to bed. He is that close to the gearbox of Rosef. He pulls to driver's right this time again. He tries to swoop round the outside. He couldn't make the inside work last time. Now he tries to make the outside work, and they bang wheels. They make contact. They come together, but it's Meyer who's elbowed out, shouldered into the cold, dark abyss of the curbing. Rosef holds on to this lead. Just that little bit longer, but time, wow, it's ticking down. And he's got another 10.5 minutes to hold on to this one. Place your bets now, folks. Who's going to get this one between these two? It's the only real class category that's really up for grabs here today. Brockner in Pro. Well, he's pretty much cemented that one. Same with Pro-Am as well. I mean, didn't look like that early on. Sinosani comfortable at the helm of that category. Neil Smith well adrift now in 2nd place. And as for Am, well, John Davis up 11 places overall into 11th overall. Am's continuing to rock it. Talking of rocking back, left, right. It's almost like he's got a newborn baby on board that he's trying to rock to sleep as he tries to break the draft to Anders Meyer. But Meyer, he's a wily old fox. He's been around the block. He's been on the service a long time. He's seen it all. He knows exactly what Rosef is up to here. But does he have an answer to it? That's the killer question. And you see all of the track and some more. If he's got any off-tracks up his sleeve, any insert points left to burn, now's the time to do it, Meyer. Can't carry them over. Disappear, and you can see how hard he's pushing as he kicks up the dirt there. On the exit of 8, heading through 9 into the carousel. Next up, it's all about winding up here. Here we go, on board in the Ferrari. The Audi in front. A little bit switchy through the kink. It's going to be too far back, surely, to mount an attack. 1/4 of a second behind now. Onto the brakes. Getting a little adventurous here, Rosef, just taking a bit more of the curve than we've seen him take previously. He needs to make that Audi R8 about as wide as possible. Tab of the brakes there. Meyer just balancing the car himself. They're going to come across the line. And they've run down to 1. I mean, Yatortis, is he gaining on them? No, he's not. I mean, no real answer to these two. Now, by my estimations, as they cross the line, I think we've got about another 4 laps left remaining here. It's coming down to the wire. Oh, late pit stop here for Marvin Cruz, Roll Duzing card. And that could lose him a podium finish in the pro category. Well, he looked like he'd been on for a good result. Has he had an incident? No, he hasn't. And it's not a drive-through either. It was a short stop last time at 14 seconds. Maybe look to do the massive giga fuel save, but it hasn't worked out for him. Well, sometimes you roll a double 6. Other times it's a double 1. Over Marvin Cruz of all dues and cards. Well, it's a double 1 for the German. I'm still going to get an all Porsche top 3 in that pro category, though. That's not going to go away at all. Further down through the field, Dave Robson coming under a bit of threat now from Collicott. He's got Cruz, who's just come out right behind Collicott. And you can see the flashing of the lights there. Oh, sorry, that's from Robson, isn't it? Apologies. That's on Casper Tunstead who's in front of them. Because he has Collicott just behind. And here comes Collicott up the inside for DCW Racing, surely to get the move done. Gets on by. He'll want to get past Casper Tunstead because that's going to get him up another place in that pro category. But all Robson can see is championship points for finishing as high up as possible. Slipping on the wayside. John Davis, incidentally, leader in AM. Again, AM's making it into the top 10 overall. So he lies 10th, up 12 places. Meanwhile, these two, guess what the gap is? 2 tenths, as it has been for quite a while now. We saw the attacking moves from Meyer, but he wasn't able to cement them. He couldn't find the conviction. Had it maybe not been against his teammate, would he have been a little bit more aggressive, just got those elbows out a little bit more than what we saw? Meyer looking for a debut win. Rosev lucky to make it 2 on the bounce here. Either way, by a complete catastrophe. We're looking at a 1-2 for Racing Lab Esports powered by Ford. So Tunstead now. It's the back of Connolly. It's going to be scraped up front end as James Connolly. Tunstead do? He needs to find a way past. He wants to put a car between himself and Collicott, and it looks like he's going to do so. There we go, into 5, around the outside, gets it done. But it's for Conley that's the interesting part now. Sorry, Collicott isn't even. In that 14th place. Short shift in there, trying to keep the power, trying to keep the momentum up here. Looking to slingshot his way past Connolly. Meanwhile, Tunstead opens that gap in front of Connolly up to 9/10 of a second. There's it. Oh, the switch from Connolly there. That Ferrari getting loose and Larry. Oh, Davis desperate to hold on to that top 10 place and nearly dumps it there. On the exit of the kink. as he defends this one for his life. It's like he's going for the win overall, but it's just to stay inside the top 10. He's leading the AM category, yes, by quite a way, but I say that it's 4.8 seconds over Robson of Tiki Sim Sports. But Pay finds a way past. Gets it done, and that might have been the better decision there for Davis. Yes, you want that top 10 finish, my friend, but sometimes you've got to play it tactically. Play the numbers game here. As Collicott has got it done on Connolly. That happened off camera. Let's take a look exactly how that one unfolded. There we go, and with that damage to the front end of Connolly's Ferrari. Gonna be low on top speed, lacking a bit of that aerodynamicity. Is that a word? I'm not sure. Have we made up a word? Either way, here we go. Oh, wow, that's not a place you overtake. That's not your normal overtaking place, Anders Meyer. They gave it a go. He's getting creative, but as they come across the line, I get the feeling we're going to take white flag in the air here. Is Barney waving it? Yes, he is. White flag in the air. One to go here from Road America in round 4. Who takes it? Rosef or Meyer? And Meyer is running into overtime now. The shot clock's ticking down. He knows it. He heads round the outside. He keeps it pinned there. Rosef defends the inside in an Audi. Looking for the switchback now as we look down from the drone. Let's head down the back straight. It's advantage Rosef. It's okay for Meyer though. He's still got chance. He's still got opportunities, but he wants to get it done sooner or later. And there's a back marker in the distance. That's Paul Halliday. He's compliant, but he could play a part in this tail right now as Rosef again defends the inside. Meyer looks for the cutback. Just had to back out of it. Rosef had it covered. Just slowed it down a little bit just to kill off the momentum of Meyer in that Ferrari. And there's two distinctive opportunities left now for Meyer. The run down the Canada corner and the run to the line. What does he take? Or does he go elsewhere? Does he get creative to find a way past his teammate here? Robson's had an incident. He's remaining second in class. We'll pick that up shortly as we go through the carousel for the final time this evening. It's seconds out. Here we go. And will it be Meyer? Oh, as he gets a little bit loose. I don't think it's going to be close enough. It's about 1.5 tenths between the pair of them. As they jinx left, they jinx right. Rose there. And he's slow off the corner. Here comes, oh, and there's nearly contact. Meyer nearly into the back of his teammate. And to the left-hand side is that Audi. And surely Meyer now is going to claim it here with a scintillating move and a mistake from Rosef, but he keeps it pinned along outside. It's the run to the line. Who's going to take it? They're side by side. They're evens, honour, and it's close as you like. Meyer, is he ahead or is it Rosef? It's Meyer who's going to clinch it on his debut. Secures the win. Anders Meyer and Yatsorsis, look at that, only 3 tenths behind at the end. What a finish. Right, let's get down through the field. Let's sort out some of these other places. Right, your next one is this one. 4th place in Pro. It's Tunstead versus Collicott, but Collicott's 6 tenths behind. At this point, Meyer was 3 tenths behind Rosef. He got the job done, though. But is Collicott just that bit too far back as we head through the kink for the final time this evening for these drivers on board with the Brit? And it's 7 tenths. I just don't see him making that one up right now. Davis there, looking good for that win. Steiner Sani, he's so close to securing his first win of the season in that BMW. And he wins the Pro-Am category. Right now it's John Davis. He's going to pick up that Am win. But it's what's happening behind him between Tunstead and Collicott. I don't think Collicott's going to be close enough because Tunstead's going to pick up the slipstream off of Davis. And with a flash of the lights, Johnny Davis, take a bow for the wrong stuff. Because it's all the right stuff for you tonight, my friend. Winner here in round 4 and breaking that Matt Edmondson dominance. A beautiful result for the Brit. Wow. What a race. What a race. What a finish. What a run to the line between two teammates going at it hammer and tongue. Anders Meyer, congratulations. Winner overall in Elite. There's one of the Hallidays just losing the rear there. I'll tell you what, let's relive. I'll normally go for the results, but I'll tell you what, we need to relive that final lap. Well, actually, no. First off, let's do almost a bit of administrative. Let's have a look at what happened to Dave Robson. Now, this didn't lose him second place in class, but did lose him a chunk of time. And not his fault there. Maybe one for the stewards to look at. So let's have a look. Let's have a relive of this one between these two. Going at it absolute hammer and tong, no less. It was just side-by-side action from the pair of them. Nobody wanted to yield. But it just looked like Rosef was going to hold on to this one. But it was a mistake coming off of Canada corner that just hurt him dearly. And the way he couldn't, as they headed down the back straightaway towards turn 5, he elected to go for the outside to carry that momentum, but it didn't work for Meyer. Rosef had ticked over off one of the main overtaking opportunities as, right, I've defended it, completed it, mate. I've got 2 more left to defend. I've done half of them. I've done turn 1. I've done turn 5. Now it's all about Canada and the run to the line. Little did we know, it's going to be a mistake from Rosef that cost us dearly. You can see there, just almost trying to back him up a little bit. Could he slow him up enough just to get into the back of your tortoise? Run through the kink, it was safe. And if anything, it was Meyer who was a little bit loose off the exit there. He was absolute pinned. As he jinxed to the left, he made Rosef change his braking line, go into the middle, and he almost ran it in 2B, got into the gravel, and this is what gave Meyer the chance to get alongside. But it wasn't all done and dusted there. It was all about that run to the line. And Rosef, well, he had, you know, the momentum coming off the corner being on that outside line. And this is how close it was from the chopper between the pair of them. Well, I think Rosef just backed out of that one in the end and let his teammate win it. But what a finish between the pair of them. Scintillating stuff. Let's take a little look. Let's change things around. Let's go through some results here. Whew. What a race. What a race. Anders Meyer on his debut. Congratulations to him taking the victory here today. We'll hear from some of these drivers shortly. Also, have a catch up with you lot in chat. I see you've been posting away bits and pieces. Eric Rosef in the end, good enough for second. Your tortoise closed the gap up right on these last couple of laps due to the side-by-side action between Meyer and Rosef. So with this 6/10, I mean, not quite close enough, but secures that 3rd place. Kasper Brockner win it in pro, 4th overall. Tom West in 2nd in class, 5th overall. Bamber, well, disappointing in qualifying, and then trouble in the race. Maybe happy to finish 6th. Steiner Sani in the BMW wins Pro-Am. Congratulations to him. Brilliant result, having run in 4th for so much of the race. Darren Sharples completes that Pro podium in 8th. And then we're going to round out that Pro-Am podium, 9th and 10th respectively for Smith and Pay to round out the top 10. John Davis, he might have just finished outside the top 10 in the end due to the overtake from Pay late on. But he secures that Am win and the first driver that's not called Matt Edmondson to win in class. Tunstead, 12th. Then it was Collicott, Connolly, Cruz, Gronstrom, and Edmondson in the end, picking up 2nd in class. Must have been late on penalty for Robson because he crossed the line before Edmondson. We're trying to get a bit of clarity for that one for you in a bit, hopefully. Jack Barker in 18th with Cy Hartley completing that podium. So it's a Tiki Simsport driver in the top 3 but it's not Dave Robson like we were expecting it to be. But Robson does complete that top 20. Last driver on the lead lap in 21st was Paul Halliday. 1 lap down was Owen Halliday, Anstis, Windsor, and Razzani. And then retirements. Now we lost Racing Lab Esports driver Nicola Agard. Disappointing for him after finishing 3rd overall last time in winning pro category to retire back on lap 21. Bostock we lost on lap 4. And Edisford, we lost on lap 3. Right, let's have a bit of a chat to some of the drivers and see them waiting. Actually, no, we'll do chat first. Brown Boy Chris, what an amazing race. I mean, what can we say, my friend? Absolutely epic. DCW Racing, that's from Revo. And Mark Colcott there. Wouldn't let me join the session, so miss quali. Oh, gutting, mate. They wouldn't allow my setup, which has been fine. So miss the start. Bad evening. Sometimes the racing gods are not on your side. Let's head across. Right. A little bit of prep work. What's he... right. Well, there's only one person sat waiting. Let's drag them in. I'll need to do a little bit of admin work now. Just to move things around. I'm going to drag him in. He's going to sit there waiting patiently. Hopefully he's not going to say anything and ruin my thunder too much. There we go. Let's go here. There we go. We're going to get some... We'll slow it down a bit as well because, you know, it's better for cinematics. Matt Edmondson. Wow. My friend. Well, I mean, not a win. Makes a change. But again, struggles in qualifying.
Yeah, I
can't hear him.
Oh, not bad.
Right. He's lit up like a Christmas tree, so it's clearly something my end. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look quick. See, unfortunately, this is what happens. No. Chat. Right, okay, that's all appearing fine. Let's have a quick mix up. It might be my end. Apologies if you can hear him and I can't. Let's... Matt, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you now. So, right, everyone could hear you. It was just purely my end. Apologies to that one, viewers. It's what happens when you allow your children on your PC. They fiddle with settings. Matt, yes, as I was saying, I mean, makes a bit of a change. No victory today. But again, struggles in qualifying for you. All your time's being deleted.
Yeah, I had a similar issue as I had in Watkins, where on the low fuel, I just lost it. And round here, when it's a 2-minute lap, you crash once and you have maybe one lap to put it in, and then I 1x that lap. So it was, you know, it was a struggle. And that I realise I need to put in a bit more practice into sort of low fuel quali runs with that car. But I've thought back to the previous week and thought, I mean, everything sort of worked out all right there. So I thought, well, I'll just do a bit of damage limitation, see what happens, and just take it easy at the start. And even then, I managed to have my own little incident. So that was a bit of a fun.
Definitely, and I mean, tough afternoon in the office. I mean, you've got to be happy, surely. You know, you managed to pick up 9 places. I mean, yes, there was a couple of retirements in there, but even so, I mean, I saw you finished second. Apologies, didn't you? I've got you down as third, but no, of course, I even read it out, and let's change that. Change the graphic quickly over. Yeah, the late penalty late on penalty for Dave Robson knocked him out of second. I mean, do you feel like you've got away with one a little bit there?
Definitely. Like I kind of, after the incident, I was about lapping a good half second to a second, a lap slower than Cy and Dave sort of in front of me. But I knew I had pace, so I just pitted as soon as I could and thought, right, I'll just go hammer and tong, try and do the best that I can, and just, even if I got like a 4th, it's not too bad, because unfortunately, James had an incident tonight, so he got knocked out pretty early on. So that's sort of saved me a few points. But somehow I managed to get past Sai in the pits, and then yeah, looks like Dave had an unfortunate penalty. So definitely got away with a lot more points than I probably should have, to be honest.
Definitely. But even so, you've got to be there to, to pick up the pieces when they present to you, haven't you? As they always say. Of course, next time out, we've got the sprinklers turned on and Monza. How are you feeling about that one? That could be treacherous potentially.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one. Monza turn 1 in the rain. Yeah,
Yep,
I'm
it's
gonna
exactly
have
what I
to
said.
do.
Funnily enough.
Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
have to be a bit of practice to make sure of that. I've not done a lot of wet weather driving really since we moved to this patch, so I'm gonna have to put some work in this week just to see what happens. But we'll see if we can just keep on a strong performance for next week.
Oh, definitely. Well, good luck for that one. Matt Edmondson, second in the category. Next up, we're going to have a chat to... Well, let's see if I can make this all sync beautifully. There we go. We're going to speak to our race winner, Anders Meyer. Anders, I mean, not bad for a debut, really. But that last lap, what a final lap. I mean, I thought, do you know what? After it came through turn 5 and you hadn't made it past and made it stick, I thought, well, maybe that's it gone. But I mean, those final set of corners. I mean, wow. I mean, a bit of luck and a bit of skill. Would that be the right assumption from yourself?
Yeah, it was so difficult. When he was behind, the car behind could go on throttle so much earlier, so we had to use the whole straight to catch up again. I was a bit surprised. I thought the Ferrari would have more punch to catch up to the Audi sooner, but the traction you can get when you're in front is so strong. So and also, since he's my teammate, you have to be a little bit more kind in the in the duels. But I faked the dive on the inside into turn, I don't remember, but yeah, on the final part, and Eric, he got caught out by that and brake too late, and that gave me the opportunity to go on the outside in the second to last corner. So,
I mean, yeah, I mean, it was about as tight as you like, about as tight as you're gonna get. I mean, before that final lap, obviously you'd had to go about 3 or 4 laps prior, and not made it stick through turns 1 and 2 into 5. Do you feel that that's, as the clock started ticking down, maybe that was your missed opportunity, and you're going to have to settle for second?
Yeah, definitely. I felt like it wasn't possible because I could get close in some parts, and then the Audi was pretty strong in some parts, and the Ferrari was strong in some parts. So it was it was a bit back and forth. So it was really hard to overtake. I thought it would be. I know Eric is really fast, but like how the track looks, it's a straight and then a slow corner and a straight and a slow corner. So I thought it would be much easier to pass here, but it turned out to be really difficult to get that power down to make the overtake. And like I said, you don't want to take too many risks. I know Eric was on the limit of tracks as well, so I didn't want to give him a drive through. But yeah, it was a fun battle. It's fun to see the level Eric has gotten up to in the final months. So it's good for the team to have so many drivers coming up and showing their speed. So yeah.
Definitely. Well, congratulations, and well, look forward to seeing you in a week's time and seeing if you can make it 2 wins from 2.
Yeah, we'll have to try. The car should be good at Monza, but I see there's talk of rain, and if that happens, everything can happen. So
there's not just talk, my friend. There is a definitive chance of rain. So yes, good luck with that one. Good luck. That's all I'm going to say. Qualify first and pray for the best that no one runs in the back of you, I think.
That's all my Ferrari advantage gone.
Well, yes, well, exactly. Tifosi, home race, maybe a chance. You never know. But good luck for that one. Congratulations, a winner here today. Anders Meyer. Next up, we're going to have a chat to, I can see him sat waiting patiently. Eric Rosef is going to join us now. Eric,
Good evening.
I mean, I was a little bit perplexed by your pit strategy. You know, I could see you sat behind Anders, you know, clearly fuel saving, sat in the draft, and then you came in earlier for the undercut. I thought you would have run longer.
Yeah, the plan was to go in when Anders went in, but my front left tire were just getting too hot, so I started understeering a lot. So the decision to go in early was purely based on changing tires, to be honest.
Oh, that's fair enough. And I mean, were you surprised? I mean, how did you attack the outlap from that? Was it a case of right, just try and go all gung ho, or know that from the fuel saving that you would have done, you know, versus from sitting in Anders' draft, did you feel like you had enough in the bag to take the lead after Anders had pitted?
I knew I would have a shorter pit. I thought I was going to have an even shorter pit than I eventually had. It was just 4 or 5 tenths difference or something. I thought it was going to be more.
Mm-hmm.
But on the outlap, I tried to push as hard as I could. But for the last 2-3 corners, I went into some traffic that were going into the pits. So I lost a couple tenths that I possibly could have gained because of the shorter pit. So it was a tight one for sure after the outlap, and then it was just a case of trying to manage keeping Anders behind, also knowing I underfueled the car a bit, so I had to manage fuel as well. So yeah, that last stint was a tough one.
Definitely. And then at that final lap, just talk us through it from your perspective. We've heard Anders' views on it. I'd love to hear your take on it.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I know Anders and how he drives. We're obviously teammates, so we drive a lot together. And I know if he's going for it, he's gonna be fair. He might race hard, but it's always gonna be fair. So I'm not afraid to go side by side. But when he started attacking, that's when I lost count of that's when I didn't pay enough attention to how much fuel I was using. So when we came up on the final stretch on the last lap, I think I fucked up the third to last corner a bit, understeered. That's when Anders came up on the side and in front of me through the penultimate corner. Then I broke a bit late into the final corner, so I could get the random in up the straight. And 50 meters before the line, the car just started stuttering because of fuel. So, yeah, it could have been a tight one to the line, but fuel was the
limiting factor in it all. Yeah, there's a lot restrained you, stop you from.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, that's all right. Don't worry. Well, congratulations, mate. Second, still not a bad result. Obviously beating Heraldus as well. You taught us, so not bad at all. Congratulations. Good luck for next week at Monza.
Thank you so much.
No worries. And next up, we're gonna have a bit of a chat to one of our Pro-Am drivers. Fortunately not a winner, but equal terms. Still always. Actually, if you're still listening as well, I've seen you in the chat on YouTube, Jedi John, aka John Davis, on Win of Ram. Get yourself. I would love to have a chat with you on your first victory. But next up, let's make this all sync up and happen synonymously. It doesn't always happen, but there we go. Pro category, second place, Tom Weston, DCW Racing. I mean, wow. Casper Brockner, he just disappeared off into the distance, didn't he, early on? I mean, that must have been depressing a bit for you guys to see him just clear off. But I suppose in some ways, to not have Nikolai Agard being the one who disappears off in the distance must have been a little bit reassuring in some ways.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mixed race, really. There was a lot of shenanigans going on and whatnot, but I just tried to keep it consistent. But yeah, I remember seeing Agard. I was right by him, and I think it was turn one. He just went straight. I don't know what happened. I thought he'd had something go wrong with his wheel or something, but yeah, something went wrong. But yeah, it was good. It was good. I was battling so hard, probably for the first 3 quarters of the race. I didn't get a time to actually have a look up and see how far ahead he was. But yeah, I just kept going really, just to see how it goes. But yeah, it was good, bittersweet from last week. So yeah, I'll take that P2.
Definitely. It was a real, like you say, a real turbulent race for yourself last time out. I mean, for next week, I mean, I don't know, there's a few people a little bit nervous about turn one. I'm sure you're probably going to be no different whatsoever. Have you done, obviously, you've driven the Porsche this season. Have you done much wet weather driving in the Porsche at all?
I'm not going to lie. No. No, it was pretty much most of my wet weather racing was in the LMP2 for Sebring for the 12 hours. So no,
Good
not
choice.
a lot. So I'll be hammering that this week. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it'll be the same for all of us. It should be exciting. I think it, if anything, it could bring the elite a bit closer to the pros as well. So we'll see. We'll see how much. Well, it will certainly show on how much practice people have been doing anyway.
Yes, it will definitely showcase that one. That'll set the sort of the men for the boys, to use the old school, slightly misogynistic in this day and age phrase. And so yeah, like you say, it's definitely decipher who's done what practice. But well, congratulations, Tom. Second place, 5th overall, cracking result. Tom Weston from DCW Racing in the pro category.
Catch you next week.
I will do indeed. And well, just goes to show you the power of chats and that. I'm trying to line this off. Standing by is our winner, as I just line everything up. It's not Matt Emerson. Thank goodness. No offense, Matt. But we've got to have someone to try and break that dominance that Matt has asserted with us this season. And, well, someone had to do it. John Davis rose to the occasion for the wrong stuff. Congratulations. And so nearly, a place in the top 10 to boot as well.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. Yeah, that was a hot one. I'm sweating my absolute bits off here. Yes, I was. I think I got lucky. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff happened on the first couple of laps, and I managed to avoid most of it. So I don't have the pace of all these guys. So it's a case of get my head down, just tick the laps off, just try and do what I can do, and if I can get up to somebody, try and get a bit racy when I can, without throwing it into the barriers. If you know what I mean, Tim.
Definitely. Always a good case. I mean, but then late on, I was excited for you that you were giving it a go, but massively nervous in equal terms. Daniel Page decides to go on the attack to get past you, and you decided to fight back. Was that, where you started to feel a little bit more comfortable in the car and, with how well you've been driving? Or was it a bit of you forgot where you were at the time and who you were racing against and, then suddenly thought, oh, hold on a minute, I need to rein this in. I want this class victory.
Yeah, well, I see him coming, and obviously he's saved his tyres a little bit better than what I did. And I see him coming, he was getting closer and closer, and I made a couple of mistakes and he was right on me, and I thought, okay, we'll have a little battle. Then he obviously I let him go a bit, and I just thought, you race because you enjoy racing. So yes, I am conscious I'm in front. I think I've got about 5 seconds on Dave at the time. So yeah, I'm just gonna see what I can do and follow him. If it presents a gap, I'll take it if it's safe to do so. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I did a lot better than I thought I was going to do, to be honest with you.
And well, I was just seeing it on screen at the top. From early on in the race, big incident. Chris Edford, one of the drivers was involved in that one. Cars left, right, and centre. Was it a bit of a close your eyes and pray to the racing gods, or did you feel a bit more comfortable with trying to pick your way through that little melee that was happening in front of you, the battle royale of abandoned cars?
It definitely was a battle, wasn't it? I see it going off because I came out of the left and I see it all going off in front of me, and you sort of, after a while, when you've been involved with or been around a lot of crashes, you tend to sort of get a rough idea where the cars are going. I think Neil was in front of me at the time, and I thought, I see him going right, and I just thought, I can't go left, I'm going to follow Neil. And that was it. Keep your foot down. Check on the mirrors, just make sure I try to join as safe as I possibly can without taking anybody out. So it's a combination of, I'd like to say, a little bit of skill, but a lot of luck as well involved with that one.
Sometimes you just need those moments, don't you, for the racing gods to be on your side and have that little bit of luck fall your way. Well, congratulations. I won't put the commentator's curse on you asking about can you make it 2 from 2. But congratulations and the best of British for you next week at Monza.
Yeah, appreciate it, Tim. Have a good week, buddy.
Oh, indeed. John Davis, your winner in the AM category there for you. But let's hold on. Oh, I've left it on the wrong screen. Oh, shoddy commentator. You see the lights are coming down now. It's late in the evening. Let's bring it to close. Not only... We've missed the music. We need a bit of music, don't we? As always. There we go. Because that's how we roll here. That's how we roll here. Yes. It's getting dark outside. Real world and sim racing world here. From Road America as we've been to the close. Well, that was drama filled, wasn't it? 60 minutes of racing. But it all came down to that final lap. Anders Myers versus Eric Roseth, 2 Racing Lab Esports powered by Ford drivers, ironically in a Ferrari and a Audi. Ferrari versus Ford. Sounds like a bit of an epic battle. Maybe someone should make a movie about that one. Just a thought. Even so, I mean, wow. What can we say? I mean, congratulations, John Davis. You're speaking to him there, winner in AM category. Someone has finally broken that Matt Edmondson dominance. I was going to say Damon, and completely getting that wrong. But other notable ones, Mark Colcott up 12 positions. Great drive from the back of him. As mentioned, struggles with steering wheels and setups and all sorts. So he posted in the YouTube chat. Likewise, great to have you all on board in YouTube and Twitch, posting your comments. Make sure you smash those like, subscribe buttons, all that jazz. Helps the algorithm. And also, make sure you chat as well. It gets more people interested and come along. If you want to check out more about UKSR, head across to uksimracing.co.uk for the website. We've got many a league, Porsche Cup, endurance leagues, all stuff going on, and on the horizon soon anyway. Also you can follow us on Twitter over at UKSimRacing_. Talking for UK Sim Racing, Chris Eddersford, founder, obviously driver in this league. What a disastrous race for him after being really at the helm and having some great action these last couple of weeks. Retiring on lap 3, caught up in that big incident. James Bostock caught up in it too. And also, Jack Barker, the privateer in the Lamborghini. Got a feel for that guy. Could have been looking at a win here today. But didn't work out that way. So I just had to time that one in with the music there. So, got to do these things. Stein Asani in the BMW, the only BMW in the field. He took that victory, didn't he? Great to see. I thought he was only going to be good enough for 4th. And also, that's 2 Racing Labs drivers. Okay, separate sub-teams, but even so. Talking of Racing Labs, Nicola Agard. What a disastrous day for him in the Audi. Retiring the car on lap 21. Not making 9 laps down from the end. He's going to be gutted by that one. Having finished on the podium overall only a week ago. But that's all we've got time for. We will see you in a week's time here on Twitch and YouTube. Make sure you're there. We're heading to Monza, Italy, in the rain. What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? I've been Tim Cole. So thank you very much for joining me, and we'll see you then. Good night. God bless. Have a good week.